this, you'll start off in the morning doing an exercise that you're about to do in a minute called embracing the brat. You know, you will tell your partner how you tend to criticize yourself. It's like Leslie and Rebecca. You know, Rebecca would tell Leslie how she tends to criticize herself, and Leslie will write it down. And then when they're role-playing, then Leslie will say the exact same things to Rebecca that Rebecca says to herself. And in the first exercise, Rebecca will be embracing the brat within her. She'll be like, so, I don't care. You're not the boss of me. You'll never take me alive, coppers. I will never do anything different. You know, she'll have fun embracing the brat. Okay? That blows out the energy. And then she'll go through a series of skills, and toward the end of the day, there are skills like embracing the 10%. Because let me tell you why you get defensive. Somebody attacks you with something. And 90% of it you interpret as insult. So, if I say, Holly, I really hate you because your hair is blue, and I hate blue hair. She doesn't tend to get defensive because she knows absolutely it's not true, right? But if somebody gets you to be defensive, it's because they say something that you are afraid may be true. And it's not this that you're afraid of, it's this. You're afraid that the insult is true. If I say to some of you, man, you really could do better at being a parent. See, that might hit a few buttons. If I say, you know, when are you ever going to get your money together? You know, that might get some buttons pushed. You see what I'm saying? So, one of the skills near the end of the day is that when somebody throws, you know, and you're going to teach your partner how to attack you and all that stuff, right? But when somebody throws an insult at you, what you're going to do is you're going to say, you know what? Like if somebody says, sometimes, you know, the reason why you don't do better with cleaning up the house is because sometimes you're so lazy, right? And I might say, well, you know, the part of that might be true is that occasionally I am very lazy. And what you'll notice is by admitting the part that you think is legitimate, whatever you believe is legitimate, this part goes away. And you don't feel defensive anymore. And then you use Lauren's skill that I taught her at the Awakening, where you basically get to a point where somebody's criticizing you, and you say, oh no, it's worse than that. You just think I was lazy. The truth is I was lazy and stupid. Now you see how you're laughing? That's what you get to at the end of the day. You can be laughing at the stuff that you're interpreting as insult, and the stuff that you criticize yourself for.
Can this also teach us how we can be less, how we can incite less defensiveness from others in how we speak? If you're aware of the
no, but it will make a difference, because by learning this, you'll start to realize how you can talk to people in a way that will not elicit. That will not elicit defensiveness. And there are some very specific skills for that. Good. So just by going through this, you'll get a lot out of that. Great. Okay. Get a partner. Share with your partner any thoughts or feelings about what I'm saying about defensiveness. Go.
Let's play the video as soon as I get back. I was like,
But I said, I knew it wasn't.
Okay, wrap it up. You got it, Rona? Let's put it on. Camera, you can see the video. Who's on live? Go, Marana. It's from a movie called Defending Your Life. He dies, doesn't know where he is, and he's about to find out some things about how life works.
Daniel, Bob Diamond. Bullet. How are you? Sit down, my friend.
Louder, louder.
And then turn it back so she can do it to Carol. Carol can
Start it again, too.
What are you looking at? What's wrong? You look good in that tuba. Some people don't, but you do. It's flattering to you. Thanks. So, is this what you thought it would be? Thought what would be? Where am I? Is this heaven? No, it isn't heaven. Is it hell? No, it isn't hell either. Actually, there is no hell. Although I hear Los Angeles can be pretty close. Well, Daniel, let me tell you what's going on. When you're born into this universe, you're in it for a long, long time. You have many different lifetimes. And after After each lifetime, there's an examining period which you're in now. See, every second of every lifetime is always recorded. And as each one ends, we sort of look at it. Look at a few of the days, examine it. And then if everybody agrees, you move forward.
What do you mean move forward?
I mean move forward, continue onward. The point of this whole thing is to keep getting smarter, to keep growing. To use as much of your brain as possible. For example, I use 48% of my brain. You know how much you use?
47? I'm sorry? 3. I use 3% of my brain?
Yes, don't worry about it. Everybody on Earth uses 3% of their brain. 3 to 5%. That's why they're there.
3%? 3%? You mean nobody on Earth uses more than that?
When you use more than 5% of your brain, you don't want to be on Earth. Takeoff places are lovely, but there are many more exciting destinations for smarter people. Now, being from Earth as you are, and using as little of your brain as you do, your life has pretty much been devoted to dealing with fear.
Yes?
Well, everybody on Earth deals with fear. That's what little brains do.
What are little brains?
That's what we call you folks behind your back. Forgive me.
Who are you?
Well, I'm just like you. I was on Earth a long time ago. But I advanced. I moved forward. I got over my fears, and I got smarter. Did you have friends whose stomachs hurt?
Every one of them.
It's fear. Fear is like a giant fog. It sits on your brain and blocks everything. Real feelings, true happiness, real joy. They can't get through that fog. But you lift it, and buddy, you're in for the ride of your life.
My 3% is swimming.
Being from Earth as you are and using as little of your brain as you do, your life has pretty much been devoted to dealing with fear.
I knew you were thinking that.
I shared about spirit before, but can I please share again?
Let me get done with this part and then I will. I'll let you.
Okay, what's the name of that movie?
It's called Defending Your Life. And the funny part was when it was made, what's the lady's name?
Meryl Streep.
Huh? Not Meryl Streep. The one that was in the Past Lives Pavilion.
Shirley MacLaine?
Shirley MacLaine. That's right. She had just come out with this movie about all the cosmic, mystical stuff, you know, and all that stuff. And so when she came on the Past Lives Pavilion to be the host, everybody cracked up. Okay, I want you to know Spirit Awakened Warrior is also the workshop where we do the ropes course and the fire walk. It's optional. Nobody has to do it, but most people will partake of it. And I just want to tell you that if you've never done a ropes course or a fire walk, even if you have done them in other environments, it's kind of like connected breath. It's a great process when you do it down here, but when you do it at the Awakening, it's not even the same animal. It's a very different process. So, ropes course is unbelievable, amazing. It will give you a day that you will never forget as long as you live. And it will give you a new relationship to fear, which is priceless. Fire walk is like this. Okay, let's see if I can act this out.
I'm setting my intention that you can.
So, a fire walk is kind of like, yeah, I'll do it over here. You're raking the coals, and you get that it's not a game because your eyebrows are singeing because it's so hot, right? And you get this is not a game, right? And they spend some time teaching you how to get your mind right and all that, right? And then it's your turn to go, and you're ready, and you go like this. Every cell in your body is screaming, the impossible is possible. and suddenly you know something about what's possible for your lives like I can't explain in words. You do not want to miss this. Now, I just want you to know that if you look around the country, there are lots of ropes course workshops, firewalk workshops that charge $1,500 or more. Ours is $11.95, and at the end of the day, I'll make some deals. Okay, make some special offers. But I want you to know all the special offers are on a first come first served basis. So if you already know that you want to sign up for this workshop, you don't want to wait till the end of the day when I make the big announcement, because the best deals are going to happen by first come first serve. So you may want to go back to the assistants and find out what the special offers are. Sarah, you have that, right? You and Dominic? Okay, good. So talk to Sarah or Dominic if you want to sign up. And there in that corner, just raise your hand again so they can see you. Okay, so you can find out what the best deals are. And I'm going to do, Sarah, I'll do 3 at the bottom price. And then after that, it'll be half price. Great. Okay, now we're going to let you do an exercise to show you how to overcome resistance and procrastination.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I get to share?
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Can I
Christine.
come up?
Come on down.
Laura and I have always said, we still joke about the fact that we think Spirit should be called Awakening Phase 3.
Yeah.
Because it really should. It should be like a requirement. Like, your awakening's over, go to Spirit. Like, because the value that you get is immeasurable. Imagine that you live in this world where someone upsets you for whatever reason, and you walk up to them and you're like, you know what? That was kind of a jerk move. Like, I was so upset that you did A, B, C, and D. And they were like, I can see that. Let me take a look at that. And I would love to see where I could make some improvements. Because so many people don't get to live in that world. The other day, I had a friend call me up. I had a lot of friends call me up all on the same day, and they all had some huge issue with me, like some personality conflict, and I was like, well, this is cute. But just one after the other. And one of my friends, it was a girlfriend I just moved in with, and she was like, you're being such a brat. I could and she just goes off on me, and I was like, whoa, okay, I can see how you're frustrated. I definitely, let me take a look at that, and let's work that out. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, no, I can see why you're upset. Let me take a look at that, and let's talk about it when I get home. And she's like, you're not mad at me? And I was like, no, should I be mad at you? And she's like, well, I guess this is just weird, but I guess we'll talk when you get home. And we got home, and then we talked it all out, and it was great. Things were settled so fast. Issue over, done, and we moved on, and we're still so close. So closer than I've been with, so much closer than I've been with a lot of people. And later on that day, another friend did the same thing with me. And it just happened over and over and over again. And that night at 2 a.m., I called Gary, and I was like, Gary, I get it. This is what Spirit's about. This is what I've been training and learning for however many years, is to how to take what other people throw at me and use it to make me a better person in every single step that I take. And not only that, but now I only attract people into my life that want to be better people with me. I don't attract the people that are that want the headbutting anymore. I attract the people that want feedback, that want to be able to take it and learn from me, and I want to be able to take it and learn from them. And there is nothing more valuable than living in a world where you can take steps forward together. And one more thing. Spirit is amazing. No matter who's in it, it's going to be amazing. But there are some groups that exceed the level of amazing. And I've seen this participant list, and because of the people that I've seen already signed up in this particular Spirit, I'm considering it myself. This is a powerful group. And yes, there will be Spirit another year, But this year is going to be big. And I want you guys in it with me. And I'm stoked for what this spirit is going to bring.
Good job. Acknowledge. I need y'all to get a partner you feel safe with, and I want you to sit facing your partner. Okay? Knee to knee. Do that right now. Embrace your breath. I haven't given you instructions. I'll wait till later. Just sit your chairs facing each other. Sit your chairs facing each other. Okay. Okay, you ready? Okay, I'll use Leslie and Rebecca here as an example. Let me keep your eyes over here, okay? So Rebecca is going to attack Leslie the way she attacks herself. Leslie is going to attack Rebecca the way Leslie attacks herself. About money, about love life, about whatever, okay? And then they're both going to embrace being the brat as loud and adamant as they can possibly be, okay? So it's all the like, so I don't care, you know, talk to the hand, you know, you'll never take me alive, copper, you're not the boss of me, all that stuff, right? And you want to be as loud and adamant as you can be. And I don't have time to go into the science of it, I'm just telling you, the louder and adamant you are, the more you release your energy on it. By the way, this is the skill that is the best skill for overcoming procrastination or resistance to doing the things that you know would move you forward, but you keep not doing them. Bonnie?
So when you say to embrace the brat, is that how we talk to that critical voice, or is that how we talk?
Right now, what you're doing is you're embracing the brat by letting the brat verbalize itself. You're expressing the brat fully and completely, okay? And what that does is that, see, until you release it consciously, that voice is in there all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Party says, you need to lose some weight. And eventually, the kid gets so tired of getting beat up by the critical parent that it's like, okay, you want to see me lose some weight? Watch this, 12 donuts. You know, that's the brat. Until you release the brat, you're stuck. You can't move. You will know something would raise your income, something would help you have a better marriage. You'll know what you need to do, but have you ever noticed that knowing what you need to do isn't the same as doing it? Sometimes there's a gap, huh? Because you don't know that instead of shoving it under the carpet or resisting that part of you, that you can just embrace that part of you and then fully dive in, fully choose in. You can't fully choose in if you're in inner conflict. This blows out the inner conflict. Thank you. Okay?
So just
let's acknowledge. Fine.
and when we're not doing the critical parent, we are, oh yeah, you want to watch me eat? Here's a dozen donuts.
Well, you're going to criticize her and she'll be the brat. She'll then criticize you like she criticizes herself, and then you'll be the brat. And we're going to have a contest to see who can be the bigger brat.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay? Remember what I said, loud and adamant.
So
Loud and adamant.
So we're
Okay.
giving them our
Quiet,
criticism.
quiet, everybody, quiet, quiet.
We're giving them our criticism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emily,
So
quiet.
I just say like how I criticize myself,
Yep.
and at the same time he beats the brat back to me.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he'll do it to you. You go back and forth. You say a sentence, he says a sentence. You say a sentence, it's a contest to see who can be the bigger brat. You criticize him with a sentence, and he be the brat for a sentence. He criticizes you for a sentence, you be the brat for a sentence. Okay? You criticize him. Quiet, quiet, quiet. I've got questions still going. Quiet. Say it again.
So we're not doing it one at a time.
No.
We're going back and forth.
Yes.
It's hard to get into brat mode in just one sentence.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Trista.
So just to clarify, say like, so Bonnie is being her brat, while Jackie is being her critical parent.
Yep.
So you are not being the other person's brat or critical parent. You're being, so they won't match. Like,
right.
Bonnie's going to be being a brat while Jackie's being a critical parent for two totally different things. But then you'll switch, and so you're not being the other person. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, this is a safer version of it.
Can we have two people just do it for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Exactly. Leslie, Rebecca, can you do this as a demonstration, or do you want somebody else to do it? Okay, good. Okay, good.
Okay, well, Rebecca, you are so unorganized. I really think that you should just figure this out. You're supposed to be being a brat. You also need to just start taking care of yourself instead of schooling, but you're supposed to be
She's supposed to now criticize you.
Aren't we supposed to react at the same time she's saying it, or after she said it?
After she said it.
Got it. At the same time. No, I'm not. I don't care what you think.
Yes, you are. You're the.
No, I don't even believe you.
Okay, now her turn. Because you guys keep doing 2 or 3 sentences. I want 1 sentence each.
Okay.
Okay.
Grow up already.
Now you attack her.
Oh, I know.
Ah! I can't do it.
Attack me!
I know I'm not good at words. I'm just.
I don't really care how you act around me. It just doesn't matter.
See how they're going back and forth? Good. Okay. If you need help, keep your hand raised and we'll come around and help you. Okay? Go.
You are such a little witch. Can't believe it. Get out there.
Eat whatever.
You are criminal, right? You're
Oh yeah. Really?
Balance yourself. me about that process, then I'll take a share or two. Raise your hand, I'll call on you. Ennis?
The brat and the critical parent, very similar. Like they sounded identical.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job, acknowledge.
I never take time out for myself, and when I criticize myself, I like clean my house like 2 times over, you know.
Yeah.
And I just needed to hear him say that, like I just said that to him, like, you know, and I just needed to hear that and see really how silly that is. That I make up excuses of why I can't take time out for myself. So.
Right. Good job, acknowledge.
In this one, I gave myself permission to play as the brat in a totally authentic, deeper level than I've ever done before.
Beautiful.
And I got to see so much more of what's going on with the inner parent that makes it so much more difficult for me to connect with together.
Exactly. Acknowledge. You all have things that you know that if you could let yourself do them and not procrastinate or not resist them, that you could move forward. And we are not conscious of those voices, of the critical parent cracking the whip saying you ought to, you should, or the kid inside that's a brat going, you'll never take me alive, coppers. And when you bring this to the surface and you really let it express itself out loud, you can shift. This is the key to overcoming procrastination and resistance. Shannon.
It's actually really fun and very freeing to do.
Yeah,
like, I
it
can
is.
act as immature as I want.
Yeah. And that's especially true if your parents were, you know, good people, you know, like righteous and demanding and expectations, you know.
Who's got that?
That's especially true, you know. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have that. And it's really great to have it be free and realize that, you know, you're not bad for just letting that part of you express itself. Great. Acknowledge. You know, Shakespeare said, above this the highest treason, to do the right thing for the wrong reason. So many people in life do what they do because they're trying to be good boys and good girls, and they're succumbing. They're not choosing in. They're not being wholehearted. They're just going through the motions because they think they're supposed to. And they know it's not worth any brownie points in heaven. You know?
Just, wow, I say some horrible stuff to myself that if I would never imagine saying that to anybody else.
Right.
And why do I think it's okay to say that to myself?
Right.
I would not verbalize that to anybody else.
Right? With friends like you, who needs enemies? Good job. Way to go. Okay, we're going to do lunch right now. And let me tell you why you might want to join my table. If you have any opening or interest in any of our work, you definitely want to join my table. If there's still a workshop or two that you haven't done that you're curious about, you want to join my table. And one of the things I've learned over the years that I teach my leaders how to do is that when you tell me about any of your projects, doesn't matter what it is, I can see the next 4 or 5 years for you. I can see where you're going to be going if you're on the path that you're on right now. And what you could do, how you could shift that path to get where you really want to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have people join my table, and then you're going to bring your handouts with you, because in the handouts will be some of the different workshops and the descriptions, and I'll have you call out which workshop is of the most interest to you. And if you're interested, I will tell you specifically, I'll give you a little bit of a soul reading, and I'll tell you specifically what you particularly would get out of that workshop. Okay? So, who can they sign up with, Sherilyn, to be at my table? Jake,
I need a
my man. Okay, sign up with Jake so that we know how many are coming. Okay? And the assistants will set up the tables in this area.
How long is the break here?
Let's see, right now it's 1:10, so we're going to aim for getting back between 2:30 and 2:45.
My warrior. Warrior. It's so free. I love it. Can you imagine what kind of parents I have? Now, Lauren, don't melt down right now. It's not appropriate. Stop. Stop doing that. It's not okay. Nobody wants to see that. So it's great as an adult to be able to.
Pizza is in the other room. Get the board room.
Smile when you say it. I love it. Yeah. And then I laugh.
She's so
Jake is not even on that.
I'm not sure.
I bet you it's internal.
Well,
No, seriously.
I'm sorry.
You wouldn't take her to the exact.
We're on a break, right? We're on a break. Yep. Okay, you just like moved from your chair and then I was like, I didn't bring that.
That's all I got.
Shit, he's looking pretty young, yeah.
What? Bob? Okay, so where did it is?
It's in here in the conference room.
How's it going? How's it going?
Fantastic.
Who all you got there? Huh? Who all you got there?
Linda, Darlene, Holly, Jamie,
Why are you down there sailing for me, will you?
I will actually. I do that all the time.
Sorry about that.
But you stuck your tongue over the camera when you said it.
On purpose. I want them to hear it. It's really good. I'll take yours if you don't want it.
Oh, I do want it. My tummy was.
Oh, that was gross. You probably don't want it, and you need anyone to help you save you.
Where are the other tables?
Here's the list.
There's a right
Have better
there.
names, so I don't feel so bad.
Still feel over that. Hey.
And then we gotta bring the other one.
Yes, you're on.
Cut the one center.
Oh, for that. I'm not anymore.
Not any of the.
Sorry.
You did the 3 times.
David.
You only wanted 2 people?
Oh, they got me.
With like Zoom class and stuff on.
We need the tables for
Yeah.